I'm Laura Bartow from Studio One Stampers. This week is the 6th week in my series of 12 Weeks of Christmas. I'd like to show you how to make this adorable sleigh ride medallion ornament. It was inspired by two different products. One is the Sleigh Ride Edgelit dies and also the Winter Wonderland Designer Series specialty paper. Well, let's get started. I just love the details of the little sleigh and the horse and the houses and the trees on this wonderful little ornament. Let's start by learning how to make the medallion background. I'm going to be using my Simply Scored scoring tool, and I've got a 1 3/4 inch piece of my Winter Wonderland Designer Series paper. I've already scored some of it, but I'm going to score the rest of it for you. I like to use the fine tip end of my scoring tool, my stylus, and I'm just going to score here every 1/2 inch. This is a 12-inch long piece. All right, so there we go. I've got the last pieces scored, and then I'm going to turn this over, and I'm just going to start accordion folding this. It goes really, really easily because everything is very, very well scored. This tool is just fabulous. So there we go. I've got that all done. I'm going to give it a little pinch on one side and a little pinch on the other side just to really put those creases in. So here it is. There's the piece that's left over. I'm going to need 2 of those pieces. Here's another one, and I'm going to glue those together. So the way to do that is to put glue inside this edge here, inside this edge, inside this one, and inside here. Just a little bit of glue in there. So I'm going to make a one piece. Here we go. All right. So now I have one piece all scored and ready to go. It takes a moment to dry, so I'm going to set that aside for just a couple minutes. Here's one that's already dry, so I want to show you how to make this medallion. You can see I'm sort of pushing my pieces, the center, and I just push that right down. And then I'm going to bring in my hot glue gun, being really careful not to burn myself. And I want to add lots of hot glue on here. There we go. All right, that looks like a good amount. And I've already cut a circle that's going to lay right on top of here. So I've got that circle. I'm going to make sure it all looks nice and round. And I'm going to hold on to this until I feel like the glue has set. I can tell that by the temperature of the glue. Once it feels cool, I can move it out of the way. So right now, I'm going to set that aside. Hopefully, this will sit on top of it. Okay, so let's get back to making the center part of our little ornament. So I've got a piece of glimmer paper, about 3.5 by 3.5, and I've got 2 sizes of the circle thinlits. I'm going to run that through the Big Shot. Once I've run that through the Big Shot, I will have these 2 pieces. This will be my piece for the outside ring, and this piece will go on the back of my ornament so that the back of my ornament also looks pretty as well. So the next thing I need is I need this same size circle cut in Elegant Eggplant. And I've also run it through the Flurry embossing folder, softly falling embossing folder, to add some of those dots to it. Now the next thing I have is I have my Sleigh Ride Edgelit dies, and I've put 3 of them through on white pieces of paper, and it's great to pull these out. One of the things I want to show you is how to take these out. The first thing to do is to take off the main piece there, and then use a paper piercing tool and get rid of the little pieces in here. So all of these little pieces come out. And so now I've got that, so that's all out. And then the other dots other holes here I can use to gently tease out my sleigh and my horse. So here we go. And then I can just lift that right off. And here we go. There we go. One little piece stuck there. But isn't that just great? I love that. So I have those pieces cut out. Let me show you what they look like when they're all cut out. So here they are. There's 3 different ones. There's the houses, there's the sleigh, and then there is the trees. So those are the 3 different patterns that go there. I want to color them, so I want to show you how to color them. I've taken this one. I'm bringing in another color so the white shows up. I've put a Post-it note right along the edge here, just so that when I'm using my markers, I don't go into that snow area. So I'm just going to color this, and I'm going to kind of hold on to these little pieces. They're very fragile at first. I'm just going to color my trees. Da 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 da. Okay. Not doing a spectacular job, but I think you get the idea. And I can go back in and add a little more detail. There, just adding a little more detail, and I can see that I've gotten all my little edges pretty well colored. All right, so I have that taken care of. So I'm going to come back to my piece with the softly falling embossing folder on it, and I'm going to put my trees on here. I want to make certain that they are not crooked, and as I'm doing that, I want to make certain that they're going to be inside this glimmer paper frame. I'll put that one down, then I'm going to put my houses in, and I do want to make certain that my houses are straight. I don't want them looking like they're falling over. And my sleigh ride can come down this way. So here we go. There's all the pieces. And I can adjust them just a little bit to make that go. So there we go. There are the pieces ready for that. So what I'm going to do next is glue them in place. And pretending that I've glued them, I'm going to turn this over and use my scissors just to trim off all the extra pieces. So I'm going to get rid of all of those pieces so that they won't be showing at all outside my frame. So there we go. So there's the pieces ready to go. I'm going to glue that in place, put my ring on there. I'm also going to get a piece of gold cord, and I'm going to glue that behind here, and we'll pull back into our frame our piece that was hot glued. So here it is. I'm going to put some glue on there, put this over top, and you can see there's my little ornament. And I'll bring back in the finished one. Here's the finished one. And I also took this piece of gold and I put that on the back, just so that the back will be pretty. I'm also going to add a little piece of paper that dates the ornament as 2015. So there you go. I hope you can make lots of these and enjoy this project.